Like, I just really never knew that you could just pay to know basketball. Now that I think about it, these niggas really do sound like some thoughts, bruh. It's no need to watch the game, just sub to my OnlyFans. Like, bruh, okay, bro, we get it. You pay $10.99 for your opinion, that's great. But don't get mad at me or anybody else who wants to use and watch the free shit. Oh man, I don't have to record in my car this week. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy TSO Sage, and I'm back with another video. Now, I could rank the off season, I could rank the draft, could talk about the pressure on this team or this player or this owner or whatever. There's endless shit to talk about in the NBA. But one thing that's not talked about enough is the community. Now, don't get it wrong here, this isn't just a rant for the sake of ranting. This isn't me bitching for the sake of bitching. In fact, for me personally, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't met any scumbags or anybody in the NBA community that I have a big gripe with. But there's some traditions that go on within this community that are just so fucking stupid. And not only are some of these things stupid, they're also abundant. And I know I'm far from perfect. My mic is the furthest thing from it. But that's just how shit goes. So without further ado, here are some things in the NBA community that I just think are really fucking stupid and or toxic. Let's get right to it. Starting with our NBA mathematicians. Now look, I am not against stats. If you watch any of my content, as ignorant I may deliver the message, as toxic I am about certain subjects, I'm a very stats-oriented guy. Like in all my takes, I say like 80-90% of them shits is stats. But in those takes, I also refuse to ignore context. Whether I make an edit on the screen, or I backtrack myself mid-point over and over and over again. And that's just the very start of my beef with stat nerds and shit. Because honestly, if ignoring context was the only thing I had against them, they wouldn't be in this video. I say like 1 in every 3 NBA fans just ignore context altogether. And that's probably me being lenient. So it's not just the fact that they ignore context. It's also not the fact that a good 99.9% of stat nerds have a superiority complex over every other fan. Which, before I really get to my main point, hold on 1 second. That's coming from me, bro. I'm a nigga that calls my chat bitch ass niggas every time they talk. I call them crayon eaters for simply disagreeing with me. The TSO and TSO Sage is literally because I think I'm slept on. And if that doesn't count, the Sage part does because I think I know everything. I've literally told my haters I'm just a better human being than them. So trust, I know what that superiority shit is, and them niggas got it tenfold, bro. I've hosted chat rooms where somebody didn't know a specific box creation stat, and a nigga just started laughing them out. Someone brings up PER, and hey, even though I don't really fuck with PER like that either, 2 years ago, man, the PER of this guy, the PER of that guy, gee, Giannis has the highest PER, like, bro, PER was every fucking where. Now the stats are relevant, shit crazy. Referring to field goal percentage and points per game just makes you an omni-casual. And if you disagree with them or even reference any other stats that go against what they said, you're just straight up stupid, because at the end of the day, they have the absolute math equation to basketball. They are looking at who's better than who. They are looking at who will win the finals. Nigga, they have the death note even. They know what's gonna happen and how it's gonna happen because it's on their website that is available for everyone in the fucking planet. Yeah, it's so fucking dumb. Like, I just really never knew that you could just pay to know basketball. Now that I think about it, these niggas really do sound like some thoughts, bruh. It's no need to watch the game, just sub to my OnlyFans. Like, bruh, okay, bro, we get it. You pay $10.99 for your opinion, that's great. But don't get mad at me or anybody else who wants to use and watch the free shit. But like I said, that's not even my biggest issue and why they're here. The worst part, bro, is you would really think that they would all have the same opinion, but they don't. It's like, holy shit, way to show the biggest flaw in having the ideology that you can simply look up the answers to basketball. If stat-based arguments were simply the correct arguments, you would have an absolute answer, correct? So if you met another person who only had stat-based arguments, both of you should have the exact same answers, but you don't. You wanna know why? Because you reading stats does not make your take absolute. It is simply your interpretation and the resolution that you got from those numbers. Let me give you an example that everyone that watches basketball can relate to. If you were to see everyone's three-point percentage in the NBA and then sort that information, you would not then be like, well, I guess I know the best shooters in the league in order. You would be like, how many attempts did they shoot? How far do they shoot the three? Are they creating their own shot, or are other people creating for them? And likely many more questions, because common sense would tell you three-point percentage does not directly correlate to the best shooters in basketball in order. And if you're already doing that to determine who's a better shooter than who, imagine taking even more stats and interpreting them in your own way and then trying to say who's better than who. Exactly, it's a whole contradiction in itself. There's more to basketball takes than just numbers, my boy, no shit. And I'm not about to cap, sometimes it's nice to have a stat nerd. The amount of times I've seen someone literally define an advanced stat word for word, but because they don't know there's literally a metric for what they're saying, they just make up some bullshit or what they believe. Especially with box creation, that shit happens every day. And I've actually met some chill motherfuckers, but for the most part, you stat nerds go a little too far sometimes, bro. Y'all just act too high and mighty and shit, bruh. Chill. Last two things before I move on, though. I already mentioned how stats niggas don't agree with each other all the time. Have y'all actually witnessed two stat nerds debate, though? I promise you, if you're fed up with me and you think I'm just ooga booga, me no numbers, me watch ball go and hoop, ask any of your favorite content creators this question. When witnessing two stat nerds debate each other, how many times have they accused the other one of simply lying? I swear to God, it happens every time, bro. I promise you, go ask someone else. Every time I've seen two stat nerds argue, at some point, one of them niggas start lying, dog. They'll either do that or what I call the Nick Wright tactic. What I refer to as the Nick Wright tactic is basically saying something that, yes, is true, but bro, it's barely fucking true. For example, RJ's EFG isn't even 50%. It's 49.9%, bro. That's the Nick Wright tactic. They do that shit too. And also on my final point here, by the way, the last two are not that serious. I'm just fucking around. But I've never seen Damian Lillard come out the game. Man, I just can't. My box creation was off the chain. My effective field goal percentage was through the roof. My true shooting was unmatched. I'm the third best offensive player in the league because Raptor said so, bro. Trade me. That was just a guess. I don't even know if this nigga's third. I don't read that shit. But hey, take that for what you will, bruh. The next thing I want to talk about, and it might be a short segment, it might be the last segment. I really don't fucking know. But I gotta talk about how can't nobody be fucking happy in the NBA community sometimes, bro. If a series doesn't go to 7, it was trash. If a point guard's not as good as Steph Curry, he's trash. Hell, Steph Curry himself is trash. I don't even think I need to spend a minute on this, but I likely will because I go on tangents. But bruh, everybody is not the GOAT, okay? Great players can still have bad games. Clutch players can still miss clutch shots. Great defenders can get dropped off every now and then. Like, it is one entirely different thing if you believe a player is overrated. You've been going at it for a while, and whether it's statistically or quite literally on the court, he proves you right. Hell, sometimes it's just justified. Have your moment. But then sometimes it's just some shit where I'm like, bro, you don't even mean what you saying, bro. What's up? You good? Like, there's some people that think Luka Doncic is incapable of making it past the first round. He's just not that second round guy, apparently. Like, bro, did you watch the series, my boy? There's some people who think Damian Lillard just isn't a clutch player. I literally have a whole video talking about how some of his playoff performances are overrated, and damn, I can't get on that one. I'm not even about to argue that shit. If you think that, that's tough. Not every good three-point shooter has to shoot 40% from the three-point line. Like, hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying by all this, but I really feel like this issue started from two things. One, excellence is being normalized, and that's just toxic in itself, because like I said earlier, now we're expecting GOAT standards from every fucking body. But two, and this is gonna be my final point of this video, so just comment if you want me to do a part 2 or whatever to this shit. But yo, niggas can't be wrong. Like, it's crazy. People will go to absurd lengths to just ignore the new evidence presented to them or to avoid embarrassment when really there's no embarrassment sometimes, bro. Take that shit on the chin and move on. Giannis was low-key one of the players I went the hardest on because I thought he was such a disappointment in the clutch and the playoffs. He did what he did this season. I made a whole video calling this motherfucker a legend, and I exposed one of my past takes about him. Now imagine if I came on YouTube and was like, he still doesn't have a jumper, he doesn't hit a tween step back, Chris Middleton hit a couple big shots for them in the clutch. Like, bro, I'd be the biggest hater I knew. Like, yo, I'm really just thinking about some examples here. The fact that it took people until 2021 for me to view the NBA community and be like, yup, we all think Steph's the GOAT shooter now, is really wild, bro. That shit was obvious like 5 years ago. But 5 years ago, people was like, I don't know, man. Reggie Miller was that guy. That by Ray Allen got a chopper. You're being racist. You're sleeping on Larry Bird. He's not even the best shooter on this team. And the reason why I really said 2021 is because when I thought Curry was finally head and shoulders over everybody else,
Steph, How do you like that three
Steph,
from, what, 36
I don't
feet?
think you can shoot as deep as him, Steph. I gotta see it when you come back.
Hey, Steph, I don't know. We got to see when you come back, but it's looking like Dame shoot better than you.
Like, bro, stop, bro. If anybody had those stats and did those moves, but it was a face that you liked, you would have said it 5 years ago, bro. It's okay. Steph got that shit on lock. Let it go, my nigga. Move on. I promise you, he nor we give a fuck. But that's gonna do it for today's video. It's me, your boy TSO Sage. Obviously, there's many more topics to talk about. And now that I'm thinking about it, I don't even know if these are gonna continue to be my main three. Because holy fuck, this thing we're on a random Tuesday?
Gee, man, I think Tim Duncan's trash.
Like, bro, oh my god, that's getting its own video, actually. Fuck this shit. So yeah, stay tuned for that. If you want a part 2 to this video, definitely comment that below. But hey, for the few of you that saw the video, I did an AMP Cypher reaction. Not only because I'm diversifying my channel here, but we need a new outro. And my voice is really shot if you haven't been able to tell for the rest of this video. So hey, take care and stay blessed and enjoy the new outro.